Hey everybody, so I am currently on my last day of vacation here in Kansas City. I was in Kansas City for a whole week, visiting a very special friend of mine, and so I wasn't able to do any Combat Cast live reaction watch parties or do a video reaction immediately when the day came out or when the trailers came out, so I apologize for that. This video will probably be uploaded on Saturday because although I'm leaving today, which is Friday, I'm not gonna get home until like very late at night. So I'm gonna work on the video as soon as I get home, and then I'm just gonna go to sleep because I'm gonna be very tired. But yeah, I still wanted to give you guys my thoughts on the Combat Cast that we saw in the trailers, because although I wasn't home, I was very much in my hotel room, just sitting there and watching it and tweeting about it and going in my Discord and stuff and giving you guys my initial thoughts as much as I could. So I'm going to start out with the negatives first before I get into the positives. I guess that's the thing I do on these kind of videos, where I start out with a video with the negatives and then I'll end off the video on a positive note. I'm not really a big fan of Smoke's hair and mask. Smoke's mask is like a gas mask, and I'm just like, that's a little bit too on the nose. Like, do we really like want him to be in like a Plague Doctor gear? Like are we gonna go that route and stuff? I'm pretty sure we're not gonna get that, but it's a little bit too on the nose with the Smoke stuff. But and the hair, not really what I like. I really miss his MK9 long hair. MK9 long hair Smoke is peak Smoke. But they're not deal breakers for me. They're not really like the biggest things in the world that I hate or despise. They're just not things that I would personally make. They're not decisions that I would personally make. So it's not like the biggest thing in the world, but like I saw his design, I'm like, it could be better. But it's, again, not a deal breaker. It's not the worst thing in the world. Rain's design I thought was pretty good, except for like that random piece of, not white, I'm sorry, yellow random piece of cloth. That's really random. If anything, that should be gold. If it was gold, I don't think I would mind it. But he's mostly purple still, and that's good. But the main things that I wanted to get down in terms of negatives was Smoke's moves and Rain's moves. Smoke has some of his classic moves in there, and there's some new stuff in there. He has like this unique type of knife. That I don't mind, because a lot of his new moves that were given to him make him more ninja-like, and that's within character. You know, he's a Lin Kuei assassin. I mean, you know, make him more ninja assassin-like. You know what I mean when I say like ninja in Mortal Kombat terms. But yeah, like a lot of it is still more ninja-like, and I think it's good, except that the problem I have is that there are a lot of classic moves that I'm not seeing from Smoke. I'm seeing a teleport, that's good. Not seeing a traditional smoke bomb, not seeing a traditional teleport, phasing teleport like that he had in MK9, and the punching teleport as well. I'm not seeing a lot of these classic moves that Smoke was iconic for, especially in MK9. I'm seeing some of them, but not a lot, and I'm not really a big fan of that. I'm not a big fan of, in general, having classic characters' moves, their classic moves being taken away from them, because that was one of the biggest problems I had with MK9. It really made them feel very shallow. It didn't make them feel like the character in MK9, I'm sorry, in MK11, and overall that game was just not fun to play, so it even made it worse when the characters that you're trying to play don't feel like they play like themselves, and then the game in general is not fun to play, so it makes for a very bad experience. So it's gonna take getting used to if it ends up being okay, because at the end of the day, if the game is fun to play, if the character is fun to play, I'm not really gonna complain. Yeah, sure, I would like to see this the classic moves in there, but they're still fun to play. And you have to be on a new level of toxicity, or maybe not toxicity, but negativity. You have to be on a new level of negativity if you're playing the character and they end up being very fun to play, and you're enjoying them for who they are in the game, and you're still complaining. That's a whole new level of toxicity, and I'm not sure if that's not where I am. So if I end up loving the way Smoke plays, then I'm gonna be fine. And I suspect I will, because I really do like the way he looks gameplay-wise. He looks so flashy. He's boom coming across the screen, smoke is just all over the screen and stuff. Like literal smoke is all over the screen and stuff. his moves look great. Like his gameplay looks absolutely fun, and I can't wait to try him when the game comes out. So yeah, Smoke. Although I'm not a fan of the classic moves being gone, he still looks fun to play, and we'll see if he ends up actually being fun to play. Another thing with Rain, Rain has zero, absolutely zero of his classic moves in there. No roundhouse kick, no bubbles, none of that. And although I don't actually mind his water staff because it's better than his guitar that he had in MK11. I didn't really mind it in 11, but he didn't need it, and it didn't really make sense for his character, because what does a guitar have to do with Rain? But a water staff, oh yeah, that makes sense. I get that. But no roundhouse kick, no bubbles, no thunder and lightning? Oh, I don't know, man. That's really weird. And they turn him into a zoner, like a full-on zoner and setup character. He kind of looks like JP a little bit from Street Fighter 6. Looks like that kind of type of character. Don't know how I feel about that. And again, like Smoke, we'll have to see whether or not he's actually fun to play, and he feels great when you play him. So we'll have to see about that, but it's hard to really be fully on board with that idea of playing the character when you don't see any of the classic moves. Like, I don't know how I would feel if Liu Kang didn't have a fireball, he didn't have a bicycle kick, he didn't have a flying kick, or he didn't have a low fireball. But he had like other moves that looked really, really good. I still don't know how I'd feel about it. But let me know, Rain fans. Let me know if you guys are happy about what the changes that you see. I mean, I'm not a Rain fan, but I am a Mortal Kombat fan, and I would like to see the best for all things Mortal Kombat, including the characters, obviously. So, but again, I'm willing to I'm willing to wait and see how it pans out. But still, not a fan of classic characters in general having their moves taken away from them. That's just something that it's like, that's not a deal breaker, but it is a huge step backwards for me in terms of hype level. But he still does look pretty good, but we'll see how he ends up feeling like. But in terms of negatives, that's pretty much it. I mean, Johnny Cage also doesn't have his fireballs or green energy. He still has all of his special moves in there except for his fireballs or force balls, whatever. But the green shadow effect isn't there. It's like a normal shadow effect, which is okay-ish. I mean, as long as it's there, as long as the moves function the same way, that's fine. It just adds it a little bit. There's a little bit of an extra flavor when the green stuff is there, because that's Johnny Cage's character. But his hype meter and all that, and having you like taunt after a special move to make the special move better, or give you like a upgraded special move later on down the line that you can use, and the more you taunt, the more your hype meter goes up and stuff. That he looks very interesting. Some people are saying that he looks the least interesting of everybody. I think he looks one of the most interesting in terms of characters being changed and stuff, like characters' gameplay being like revamped for this new game. I think he one of the most interesting, not the most interesting, but one of the most interesting characters. I'd like to see how this looks like at high level, because I have a feeling that it's gonna look really, really hype. I don't know. Like, they gave us a little bit of a preview at the end of the Kombat cast, showing what a real match looks like with Johnny Cage. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And once somebody who is very, very high level gets their hands on it, I have a feeling it might be good. Still not a fan of the force balls being gone, but still, Johnny Cage looks good. I like him. But that's pretty much it for my negatives. Let's get into the positives. The cameo characters. Oh my god, they look perfect. Sektor, Cyrax, and Frost. Oh my god, they look absolutely fantastic. I love them. I love the classic attire and the way it looks in MK1. It's so damn good. I do wish they were DLC characters later down the line. I hope so. Or they end up actually being on the main roster when they get revealed. But if they're just cameos, that's going to be a little unfortunate, because although they look fantastic and I can't wait to use them, they haven't been playable by themselves in over 10 years, I believe, since MK9. Triborg doesn't count because they weren't the characters, they were just variations that looked like the characters. So yeah, over 10 years, I don't know, man. I feel like it's their time. Their time is now. Their time is now to come back in a Mortal Kombat game, fully playable, with their own slots, with their own specials, their own voices and stuff. Give them the light of day. I don't know why they get the short end of the stick, but what we're getting, I'm satisfied. I'm happy about it because they look great. They look absolutely great. So yeah, I hope their DLC later down the line because they deserve it. They deserve it. I hope Cybersmoke is a skin or a cameo as well because I love Cybersmoke. My favorite smoke. I don't mind him being a human because any smoke is good smoke, but Cybersmoke is my favorite smoke. So I hope we get a Cybersmoke skin. But Frost, I did not expect to have Frost as a cameo character. Did not expect that. And she's not a cyborg. She's not a cyborg from MK11. She's a normal human like she was originally. And although they're using the same MK11 classic costume for her in MK1, she doesn't have like those weird robotic patterns that she had on her skin in that game because she was still a robot. Even though she had a human skin in MK11, she was still a robot, and you can see like the robot parts on her. You don't see that in MK1, and that's good. Also, I like how her hair looks a little bit more icy, if you were to say. It's not the classic look, the classic hair look for her from Deadly Alliance, but it's close enough. Like the closer you are there, you know, the more happier I am. And her eyes, not sure if they're the same, but I could have sworn they were a lot more white in MK1 as a cameo character. And I like that. I think it's good. So Frost looks good. I want to see more of her because we only saw her Fatal Blow or her part of the Fatal Blow. So yeah, I want to see more of how she works as a cameo, but she looks fantastic. All the cameos look absolutely fantastic. Scorpion's gameplay also great. All his moves are there. Glad the Hellfire's back from Deadly Alliance. I was missing that from MK11. So yeah, I'm glad that's back, and he looks great. Still no confirmation on whether or not it's Kuei Liang, but I think that it is Kuei Liang. The more and more I'm looking at things coming out from MK11, the more and more I'm thinking that Kuei Liang is Scorpion. And it's an interesting character route. I've made a video on it, and well, I think I'll like it. I think I'll like it. But yeah, he looks great. Like the gameplay breakdown they gave of Scorpion, great. Classic stuff. Doesn't look like he was changed that much. If anything, they gave him more. And I really like what the additional things that they gave him, special moves wise and stuff. So yeah, Scorpion, great. Story mode also looks great from the little snippets that we got. Looks pretty fun and entertaining. Looks like that might have been Onaga's army that Scorpion was melting. I think we're getting Onaga. Now, some people were pointing out that the voice that we hear when the voice says, the Lin Kuei, we've been expecting you, or something like that, that was Onaga. That sounded a little bit like Garrus to me. I don't think that's Onaga. I still think we're getting Onaga, but I don't think that voice was Onaga. I think that was Garrus. So, but Garrus's voice actor could be the same as Onaga, so it could have actually been Onaga, but I still think it was Garrus that of the voice that we heard. But yeah, other than that, guys, I really liked what we saw in that trailer. It was a really, really hype-filled trailer for me. Things that I didn't like as the more I thought about it, but overall, giving this a thumbs up, and I cannot wait to see more. I'll be back home, obviously, to do more videos. Maybe I'll do a breakdown. Maybe I'll do a stream coming back, like, hey guys, I'm back, and you know, like let's take a look at this and all that. Let's see what we really got and all that. So yeah, I'm excited to come home, and I'm excited to make more videos for you guys. I enjoyed myself here, but want to make some YouTube videos. I want to be back with you guys and talking to Mortal Kombat 1, and I'll be here from after Saturday, this Saturday. I'll be here doing things back to normal, and I can't wait. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a big thumbs up and subscribe for all things Mortal Kombat. I'll see you all in the next video.